Hello, greetings. This is me again, Zahra Jawad on YouTube and Zahra Jawad Truth Seeker on YouTube too, another channel. And so I've come to share something I've been contemplating, and I would like to add that the word says Sunnat of Allah. This is the Sunnat means in Arabic, from what I gathered, being a Shia Muslim, that every act of like Rasulullah is a sunnat, and it's not obligatory, for example, in some cases to follow. For example, it's not obligatory in some cases to follow his sunnat, to do it, because if you don't get married, you will not be punished for it, but it is better if you get married. You will be following the sunnah of Prophet Muhammad. That's a sunnah. So, but some things are not obligatory, so I'm wondering. And then I also remembered another Bible ayat. Sorry, I have to bring this out. I'm not doing this for excuses, but just comparing that it says here in the Bible, when the master cometh, right? When the master comes and he finds the disobedient servant, he's going to cut him into pieces. So I'm going to search for that ayat. And then here when it says in this ayat, Surah Ahzab 61, cut them, massacre completely. So it would mean find them, catch them, seize them, and slay them and slaughter them. So this goes with, let me just mention this also, as I'm just going to search for the Bible verse. Okay, here, thanks Wikipedia. Where shall I go? It's Matthew 24, verse 51. Then he will cut him to pieces and assign him a place. So I'm going in this BibleHub.com, and there is this one, web.mit.edu. So it's Matthew 51. I'm going to the web.mit.edu. So where will he assign him? The master of that servant will come on a day when he does not expect him, and at an hour he is not aware of. He will cut him to pieces and assign him a place with the hypocrites, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Bible Gateway. Okay, it's Bible Gateway. What happens here? It will be good for that servant whose master finds him doing so when he returns. I tell you the truth. He will put him in charge of all his possessions. But suppose that servant is wicked and says to himself, my master is staying away a long time, and he then begins to beat his fellow servants and to eat and drink with drunkards. The master of that servant will come on a day when he does not expect him and at an hour he is not aware of. He will cut him to pieces and assign him a place with the hypocrites. Hypocrites, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. So Jesus Christ says this, and it's recorded in Matthew. Hypocrites, I emphasize double, I repeated, because those hypocrites who are mentioned in Surah Ahzab verse 60, a complete massacre. So I don't know really what to believe in here, but so this was really scary, and I still don't believe much in Islam. Not like, so the Bible says this, and the Quran endorses it. This is the way, and the master for us, is the Qaim, Imam Mahdi, who will come. He will take revenge for those Shias who have been killed by the Ahlul Bayt, who have been killed by these hypocrites, Umayyad side, and all, until the Qaim, until the Qaim was born and is, but has disappeared and will appear. So I have to be fair, and even though I may hate all this, may not like it, but it's not my liking or what. So I'm trying to understand, and this is where I'm at right now. Since when I put this, when I started to read Surah Ahzab, this verse, which says in 62 in Surah Ahzab, Quran.com has given me. So it says what? The Sunnah, right? So I thought of it, and what is the Sunnah for us? Loosely explaining, then you can go and see what is the Sunnah of Rasulullah. Is it, some of it is obligatory, and some of it is, when we say wajib, yeah, some of it is, no, the Sunnah of Prophet Muhammad, like, I'm not going to complete my sentence. Just explain that, for example, just give one example. Now, I'm not clear about it either. I'm confused now. Like, this is for the religious scholars and all. I'm not eligible on this, explaining it on this. But whatever I now contemplated, just loosely coming here to share, that the Sunnah is like, for example, marriage. He got married, so, if we get married, it is good to follow that, what he followed. But some things like wajib or farz, this difference, even I didn't get farz and wajib. What is continuous, what doesn't change, but here you completely massacre them, completely. Massacre. This verse, let me go back, and I'm not able to explain properly, sorry. So just, but I have to struggle to explain, and I still fail to do justice and explain properly. So here, this verse I found very, very dangerous. Like, I thought the Umayyads used to take it and then kill the Ahlul Bayt Shias up till this day in Pakistan and all. So let's see, yeah, this is happening. But to attack the faith, break a covenant that you've made with Rasulullah, that makes you a hypocrite. However, I'm not here to do that lawyer thing for now. Just this. I don't know how. Maybe sharing with you. So to understand, maybe something will come out. And let's see. Sunnat. So maybe I'm not getting it. But if I get it, then, but I'm not getting it. You see, the Shias will question me on this. Sunnata. Such is the way. So, which may not be obligatory on a person. So, if you don't practice it, it doesn't mean that it is a sin. That is true. If you don't practice what Allah has said here. But it is in the Bible, the Master. So for us, the Master, well, Rasulullah didn't practice it. We are told, if we read that ayat from the Shia point of view, contextually, taking it from the Shia sources, then, which means from the Ahl Bayt, explaining contextually, meaning Ahl Bayt, I don't know, they deserve to be condemned. These are the ones deserving to be condemned. If the hypocrites and those. But when we, okay, I'm not able to properly say it, but I'll try. Let's see, this time maybe, when we are, what do you call it? No, it's just flown over. No, when you remember those ayats where Rasulullah, we are told, practiced a pagan custom of taking Zayd as his son. And was he supposed to do that? Can he do that? When in other ayats we are told that he only does what Allah, tells him to do. And say, and all this. So, what happens here is that how can he do something? You see, Allah delays something. And then we say, when he does, like for example, in the shaitan, Adam, time of Adam, Allah delayed it. So Allah delays coming, and Allah delays saying, no, shaitan has come right now. Don't listen to him. What did I? But God doesn't come there and then. God comes later when Satan has, misled and made him have the tree thing, whatever it is. So he's delayed here in Surah Ahzab also with Prophet Muhammad, right? So is this right? I didn't get it. I got confused because, and then we are told he made an unintentional mistake and God doesn't even have to forgive him. Like if there's an accident which was unintentional, you were not even negligent. But can we give an example like this here? That was an accident, unintentional. He practiced and he knows he's a prophet. So all my points that I have put forth, considering it does not convince me that it should come to this. And then flipping of faces, turning, whether it's mentioned, whether this is something like this, to this effect, would be mentioned in, even if it was mentioned in the Bible versus the Gospel where Jesus Christ says this, I wouldn't understand. I wouldn't agree with it. I would take another course. I would go to another way of living, and leave this religion, Abrahamic religion, aside, because it doesn't make sense to me. Why my reason? I have to give my reason because in my last part also, I was too shocked. I was eating up my words, and so wasn't able to share the point, that completely, like, share it properly so that you would understand what I'm trying to tell you, communicate properly. So here, like, the way of Allah is, this is not obligatory, and we are told that Rasulullah did not practice this contextually, not in the ayat. So then, but one day, like, God is waiting patiently. God, wait as we are waiting. One day, Imam Mahdi will come, like Jesus Christ. Now, from that Bible verse, I can understand, but I cannot understand this cutting, disobedience, cutting in pieces the servant. Sorry, I can't understand. So, and I can't understand Surah Tahrim ayat, where he, even though it is not obligatory, I understand all that, but I do not understand how Rasulullah would do a thing where it's again like promise something to, no, give his word, no, it's an oath. That's why it says Surah Tahrim, you can expiate the oath. Yeah, sorry, I took a pause. Sorry, you can expiate for the oath you have taken and broken. O Prophet, why do you prohibit yourself?
يا أيها النبي لما تحرم.
It says here you prohibit.
ما أحل.
What Allah has made, what has made lawful
الله لك
for you,
تبتغي
seeking
مرضات
to please
أزواجك.
your wives,
والله
and Allah
غفور
is of forgiving,
رحيم.
most merciful. So here, how do we Shias look at, right? Here we look at it like, if an insight, this thing is coming, no, the remembrance, like, oh Prophet, why do you prohibit yourself from what Allah has made lawful to you, seeking to please your wives? It's that those wives came here. So I was thinking, without reading any contextually, the Quran, the ayats, that maybe, if, like, it is not obligatory to divorce, but you divorce because of a certain thing, you can get some counseling. Go to your religious scholar who also does counseling in marriages and others. And then you can get a divorce, permission to divorce, or an advice. Let's see, no, how shall I put it? Let's see. So I was like, he's, it's not obligatory or what, but he said, okay, I will never divorce you people. Something which is not obligatory. I will never divorce your wife, sorry. Ummul Mominin. Oh, that's the mother of the believers. So it's the Prophet's wives. So I will not divorce you, even though you've been annoying. So God said, for example, so God said, I promise. He says, okay, I promise you by Allah, I will not divorce you. Ever. And another thing like I missed was that really, if he divorces these wives, then they are not the Ummul Mumineen. Then anyone can marry them, yeah. Okay, so then if at that time anyone can marry them if he divorces his wives, the Prophet meaning. So I'm not clear about that. I'm thinking about that. And, oh Prophet, why do you prohibit yourself? So he said, okay, take something like divorce, which is not obligatory for you to do. You can say, okay, I promise you I'll never divorce you. Even seeking to please them. Maybe he said, I promise you that I will divorce. Wait a minute, seeking to please your wives. Yeah, I will never divorce you. And then they became pleased with it. So that's good. This is how I saw it as. And then when the honey thing and reading, that really confused me. That confused me in this. So you see, Allah is Allah is forgiving and merciful. And I really, if Allah is forgiving and merciful, then like we're seeing, like what I'm seeing is that Allah is so forgiving and merciful to his wives even, that he's got this prophet who is now in the hands of his wives, a puppet. And then that's very good. Like, oh, a prophet. And he himself is so forgiving. Like he's seeking to please his wives when they have been, whatever they may be doing to push him towards obligatory or not obligatory, sunnat or wajib. Wajib is like something obligatory, sunnat, wajib, or not obligatory, meaning sunnat. Why would he make a promise? No, wait. Maybe I'm not seeing this properly. Like, I should be seeing it. O Prophet, why do you prohibit yourself from what Allah has made lawful for you? It's not obligatory, Zahra. It's sunnat. If we take the example of divorce, it's sunnat. Like, he can divorce them, it's up to him. Hello, yeah, sorry, I just took a break now. Pause and contemplating, thinking, this is not for me, this Quran. How do I know? Maybe some like Imam al Mubin from Surah Yasin, the records will be opened. When the records are opened, right now, I want to work on myself, be a good person, get my health, or maybe, thinking I was Radharani, God is punishing me, and all this. My karma. I don't want to do any bad. I just want to improve, be a good person. So I feel the ayats here of the Quran, they're very strong, very like now, before I was like, if we burn, let's be good Muslims, do the good thing, let's be true Muslims, and what is good, do the good thing, and that's it. Just, carry on raising ourselves to heights unknown, great heights. Allahu Akbar, God is great. And this was my thing. It has backfired. But now I see, I don't understand. Surah Ahzab ayat, he should not have. Actually, I disagree with that. Orphan, taking up an orphan, reading my Shia commentaries, shocking me. How could you accept this? That first he made a witness. And see, how do you know what part of it is true? You'll have to really dedicate your whole life to studying this Quran. The Imams saying, the narrations, uh, explanations of Quran ayats, and all this. And then the ayat hits me. Surah Al ayat hits me. But surely you prefer the life of this world. So some Shias and even myself, blameworthy, guilty, feeling guilty. Oh yes, so I have to go into it. I prefer the life of this world. I feel I'm, making excuses and not going towards the truth. I wouldn't say I'm a true, sincere truth seeker because of the way my life, like, where is it going? How did I start praying 5 times a day and become a good Muslim, true Muslim, sincere Muslim? No. So I strayed and I sought refuge in God. Yeah, so a dream came that Imam Mahdi Imam Sahib Zaman is coming, the Lord of the Imam Sahib Zaman, the Lord of the earth is coming. In my dream, he came. I see this, and then he sits. No, I seek refuge in Allah, in God. I say it in English to myself. So translating, Auzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. In like Bibi Maryam said, when this angel came, he doesn't look good. He doesn't look like an Arab or anything. He's wearing shalwar kameez, Pakistani dress, and oh goodness, if I say, so what I take refuge in Allah, and He gives me the Quran in my hand, palm, my hand stretched out. He gives me the Quran, keeps the Quran on my palm, silver, small. Anyways, So I thought in London, when I was in London, maybe, I went back to Karachi and I wanted to sincerely follow my religion. It all backfired. So I thought I would have like protection from Satan, satanic things, and say everything, whispering even, struggle. So I wasn't. And then even in the Hindu, like, studying Jiddu, uh, reading Jiddu Krishnamurti books, I felt that what, and I've always been quite, now since after my separation, my crisis in life, I started to question this religion. And I started to contemplate on Imam Hussain, Karbala, and whether, all this, reading Najul Balagha, that if there was another way to take, to reach God, to live, to find the truth, rather than books being sent down and we being in a mess. So even for that, I would appeal to Allah to guide me. And the last Imam also, our last Qaim, our last Imam Mahdi, I appeal to. So now here we are taught by Rasulullah's ways that if something on you comes where it's not obligatory, but you, let's say you, but then how can, yes, let's complete, okay, let's say you break, you want to divorce your wives, you follow Rasulullah's ways, and then because he's Rasulullah, the leader can marry more wives, or something like that, for example. God has allowed him. So here, like, if the leader has different rules and the Muslims and Mu'minins have different rules, so he had to practice this. Then now we get what? Expiation of our oaths which we break. So now is it Muslimin?
أيمانكم
Aymanikum.
والله مولاكم وهو قد.
So this is an example of how we can break our, if we do, like in very rare cases, very, very rare.
فرض الله لكم تحلة
The dissolution
أيمانكم.
of your oaths. Dissolution of your oaths. And this also I couldn't get this ayat. So dissolution of your expiation, dissolution. So you give something, you can just cancel, just say dissolution. What's this? Here the word is
أيمانكم
dissolution.
والله
See, I have to go slowly. Sorry.
تحلة.
The dissolution, it says word by word. So I have to dissolution. Sai International. Sorry, I can't pronounce this properly. Now I'll have to go back, search for dissolution. What does it mean? Actually, like no expiation of dissolution, the action of formally ending or dismissing an assembly, debauched living dissipation. This means completely forget it, canceling your oaths. So Allah has made what? So you can completely cancel this dissolution. Then we go to a further ayat. Maybe the expiation is coming too. You can completely cancel, end your oaths, dismiss them completely. Yeah, here it says, so where do we find a place where we, then there's another ayat which says expiation of oaths. So now I go to expiation of oaths ayat, Quran ayat. Please bear with me. I'm searching here, going slow. Oh God. So, Surah Al-Ma'idah. Allah does not hold you accountable for your law, ineffectual oaths. Allah does not hold you accountable for your law. Law, what's this? Ineffectual oaths. But He does hold you accountable for the oath with which you have bound yourself. Its expiation is to feed 10 poor persons at an average of what you feed your family with, or to clothe them, or to free a slave. However, if someone cannot afford, he has to fast for 3 days. That is expiation for the oaths that you have sworn. You have sworn. Take care of your oaths. That is how Allah makes His signs clear to you. I'm sorry. So that you may be grateful. So Allah has made it easy for you that you are human beings after all. And you know the Shia way of explaining. I may sound offensive. Oh, sorry. Can you hear me, or has my voice? Because you may not have heard me properly for some time. Because this speaker here, I've kind of covered it with the cushion. It got covered. Sorry, so I don't know. Expiation of oaths and dissolution of oaths in Surah Tahrim, and the expiation is given here. Let me not forget Surah Maida, verse 89. If you want to follow this, oh my God. So if you want to hear my side, candid, what is it? What shall I say? Frankly, freely, without killing me, without the fear of the fire. Sorry, without like that intention of being offended, or somewhere psychologically it is in me now that I should not, or Satan has gotten into me. I am possessed completely now. And I can see, I just see the ridiculousness. And I will be being rude. So, Satan has possessed me. I do feel possessed. So, however, if someone cannot afford, he has to fast for 3 days. That is expiation for the oaths that you have sworn. Maybe Shaitan has possessed me. Take care of your oaths. You have sworn. Oaths are your oaths. So God has made it easy. Like this is
أيمانكم
Islam.
كذلك واحفظوا
Where is it?
كفارة
Yeah, kafar you have to.
أيمانكم
Of your oaths. Imanikum. What does this mean?
إذا حلفتم.
Halaftum. Don't. You have sworn. No, I cannot make a promise to you. So, for me, it is very, very difficult because I also told someone in London that I cannot make a promise to you about this, that I will stop, like for example, that I'll never stop talking to you if I, see something that I don't like. So yeah, I cannot promise anything to anyone. I just find another way, like I said in one of the previous videos. Okay, so this does make sense. The Quran ayats now. Maybe I'm possessed, you will think, and I do feel I'm possessed, but you will think it's shaitan, and yes, there's a lot of evil on me, so evil force and all this, but sorry, it doesn't make sense to me, and I have to now. You can take it as something like there's some psychological another like Satan psychological problem too, and I have felt offended by my Shias, hypocrisy in Shias. Well, we all know that very few Shias are even faithful. We all know that just Imam will come, we are told this, and so, but not to blame the religion, because this religion is great, and in all religions, like very few people, they tell us, like for example, Jesus Christ, how many followers did he have at that time? Who supported him? They all wanted to kill him or trap him and then kill him and all this. So very few people were with Jesus Christ. We're not told in the Bible, I don't know, in the Quran how many disciples, but in the Bible we're told he only had 12 disciples. So with that we can say 12 imams, we are right. So my tone, or maybe it's okay, maybe let's agree with you, Shias, Muslims, that I'm possessed. Yes, that I say too. And evil is on me, and there may be some psychological thing that, my thoughts about leaving Islam, I was very, very scared. So what I thought one time, that if safer to hold on than to leave it. Because what if this is true? Then where will I be if I leave it? And what if this is true? Truth is very important for me. So that's how I was thinking. And at that time, fear. And then when the Quran ayats of that type I would read, fear-based, like warnings, I would get scared. Yeah, I wouldn't leave it. I wouldn't even think. But once, because of this Shia-Sunni conflict, like reading the Quran only, with no context, I started to, like, what are my Shias doing? But I wouldn't really leave Shia Islam if I find that Shia Islam is the truth. And later on I found out that Shia Islam in like Shia Islam made sense to me. It was the truth for me. And then I started to seek for the 12 Imams and all this. So another point I'm forgetting, sorry, is that what made me leave, what made me doubt, sometimes I would have doubts about this religion, my contemplations, or why didn't, on Karbala, I cannot put them in proper words now and do justice to it. But my contemplations, some ayats like Surah Ahzab ayat, Surah Nur ayat 33. Not Mutta, although I was told that my father has done Mutta, he didn't even prepare us. I didn't leave Shia Islam. I wasn't shaken about my religion. Once you get shaken with faith, in faith, and that, like a religious crisis, that's the worst. So you can, it's like, yes, I'm a sinner. I never kind of, inside, it was like that, God given grace that you don't. But then slowly, that grace was taken away from me. But I would never leave this religion for the oppressed and to establish justice, and how all human beings should be blessed. And what is this, even the sin thing, that Hazrat Adam has sinned, but we were told that no, we're not sinners. I can't believe it. Right now I'm in this very stubborn, obstinate, strong, determined, headstrong way that no, we're not sinners. So then my problem went outside religion and with God directly, like Satan. Since you have rejected, not even, no, I could never think that Shaitan, some stupid entity, could do this. How could Shaitan do with such a truth, God, Allah? Question him like this. So who are we to? We can question someone about knowledge. Why would you come? But being so close to Allah, there's no question. If this is the truth and you know this is the truth and you feel this is the truth, what question is there? He's the one who gave you life. He's the one who gives you death. He's the one who can put you through tribulations, trials. Who are you? He is a creator. I try to explain that to my heart, soul, being, so that I can be so established in this, with knowing, feeling it completely. When you completely feel that Allah is your creator, no complaint. Why should you complain? He can put you through fire, hell, here in this world. All you need to know, that's what we were telling each other, to console ourselves, to console each other, that God. So I keep telling myself to my thought, listen, God, your creator, are you going to be like Shaitan, Iblis, to question him? If he says bow down, would you not bow down? Being so close to him, we are told contextually through narration sources. I mean, this God, Haq, how can you go against it? I'm surprised at myself. If I act rebellious or something like this, I'm like, why am I doing this? God doesn't want me. If that creator, how can I rebel against? I would be really stupid. I think, Shaitan, how can he be so stupid too? I mean, competition? Arrogance? For what? No. It's like if you are made of the fire and you are made of the fire and this person is made of clay, but what is that which is made of? Not made of anything. No one made it. So you can say, I am the fire, I am the fire. He is the clay. But can you ever disobey the command of that which is beyond all this? Fire, earth, clay. You cannot. Like, can you imagine? How can fire is doing what fire is doing? Quran ayat says, birds, all this, they're in their flight, they're praising me. Everything bows down to him. Everything is bowing down to him, praying to him, or bowing down to him, or whether it's praying to him. What is that Quran ayat? So I'm so shocked that these people, they, how we get scared. How are we? Why are we getting scared of Allah? He's so merciful. And if we do some wrong, being in our proper mentally well and everything, if we do something wrong, first of all, if we find out who that God is, would we do something wrong? Is there some duality? What is wrong with us? And then we crave. At times, don't we pray? Because we need that. We need that truth God. We need Him in our insecurity, weakness. Wouldn't your ex-Muslim friends come to your rescue if you were in trouble? You need something. We are all interdependent. So this truth you cannot deny, right? You will shout out for help. You will need something. Even your contemplations, you need your mind. I did the right thing. I have embarked on this. You will need a strong, determined, headstrong mind. Someone, I don't know, you will be thinking, one day I'll be out of this punishment that they're, put me in jail, wrongly framed me because I'm doing this, showing the truth or whatever. So something you will need that, some help, inside or outside, from the mind or what. So I may not have done the justice still with you about this. I'm just guessing. I'm very weak, so I can't compare myself to those ex-Muslims. I don't know the rest of you, if you were wrongly framed or, how. I hope you have the peace. I can only hope. And the strength. So all this strength, peace, I would say I'm just grateful for it, because did I do it? So I'm this contemplating type, really crazy contemplator. So what else is there? So sorry, I can't be a Muslim anymore or come to this any Abrahamic religion. I may feel very, very sorry for the Jews, what happened to them, but That doesn't mean I embrace their religion. No, because human being, what is the reality of you human beings? Why are you frightened like wild asses? Then you go and you pray, then we come, then, all this thing. What is this going on? This is a circus? No, human being suffering, God the all-powerful must have sent something to establish us in Him, His self, so that the question of then, am I humble? I'm scared of my ego. Oh, yes. Is this Sarah's ego telling us, Satan telling us? Ex-Muslims might say something else. If you want to say that atheists are altogether, they cannot help you in the hereafter. And how can, if you want me to realize this. And so, I need, I'm thinking, if you want to believe in God, believe like this, yes, you may say this is very humble way, Imam Sajjad, all the time praying. His every prayer at the end, or every paragraph prayer, what do you call it? I have seen, oh God forgive me. It's a whole system. He's been showing us how to humbly pray to God, how humble he was. He thanked God, he bowed down, he prostrated after Karbala, after everyone gone. Most of the men of the Bani Hashim gone in Karbala. Demonstrating humility, all this. If you want to take this, take it. But there are ayats in the Quran and this scary that master will come, the servant is disobedient, he will cut the servant into pieces. All these control, well, on one hand, can we say these are all control-based? Although they wanted good, let's say they wanted minimum amount of oppression and to completely have a corruption, completely do away with, eradicate this corruption, sufferance, hurting each other, all this we may do. They wanted to completely eradicate all this harm. So believe that Allah is beneficial, and then how does it go inside of you? Zikr Allah. Get this beneficence, grace, your appeal. I'm not saying all of a sudden get it. I was saying I was following my religion, prayers and all this, zikr Allah. Use the word Allah the Beneficent, Allah the Beneficent. Repeat it after understanding what is beneficence. What is beneficent? I can never say beneficence, but I say beneficence. So get it, repeat it, first understand what the word means of Allah, what the name of Allah means, then live by it. Then let your hands, from the top of your head to the tip of your toes, your soul, rise up to this beneficence and live up to it. Live it. Then you won't have to go to gurus, you won't have to go to anyone, and the question of ego coming up will not come up. The question, because that Almighty should be the Creator. Once, what contains when you believe in a Creator? The all-powerful, take all those 99 names the Muslim Islam has given us, Rasulullah has given us, Allah has given us. take the name more. Jews. You know, I was told that Jews, Allah has more names than even the Christian Allah. Christian Allah, and then Jesus Christ does all the work. So, and they have to be accountable and all this. But then if they have to be accountable, why did Jesus Christ take the account of their sins on his shoulders? Anyhow, this confused. I really don't. I have to live my life, be a good person. I call to saviors, come down, help me. Allah, come down. I mean, Allah's help, meaning help me. So all this, and am I being shaitanic? Maybe, I don't know. You know, maybe I'm deceiving you people. I'm possessed. How would you know? So can you believe this? How would we know? You should question. How would we know that you are not deceiving us? So think about it. How would you know that someone is not deceiving you? What are there? There are these cult leaders. You can spend years and years and years with them. How many cults are there? How many cults are there? So I have reflected upon all these things, contemplated, and I thought, why not? Why doesn't God bless everyone who needs a blessing? You know, and someone's song, Nesby. You know, you say, "I need you, God," and He will come. God says in the Quran, before you even call me, I know, but call me. What? No, someone told me, because He's closer to you than your jugular vein. He knows before you call on Him. Who is better than Him to answer your prayers, your needs? We have abundance. Shakti, go and just put that. You know what Fatima Zahra said to Abu Bakr? God has given us abundance. So whatever I read from the Americans, spirituals, American books, European books, always applied in my mind. Does this go with my religion? If it doesn't go with my religion, chuck it out. Reject it. Even reincarnation. There's no way anyone could tell me there was reincarnation. If it's not in my religion, my imams have said no. No way can I believe in it. Then when I found out about reincarnation, even then when it had to do with my life, I was going to Surah Ayat in my mind, reading it also sometimes, opening the Quran. No, let me see word by word. My soul, and the messenger's footprints came. I getting confused and scared. I was really confused and scared. Like, you know, sometimes even in Khalil Gibran's, like, Satan comes in ways to catch you. Like, you know, Muji Baba says, don't let these thoughts grab you or something. He uses a word. Catch you and pull you to away from your true, or let's say if we say in religiously, away from God. Good, what God has told us to be and follow, right path and all this. So the point here again I'm forgetting. I won't be able to complete it. good person, using a religion. I did everything I could in my as much as was in my power. Now leave the rest to God. So Shakti, go in, reading all these, yes, it's coming back. Foreign books, I always compared it to my religion. If it didn't go with my religion, I would reject it. The Surah Taha ayat, very, very scared. Oh yes, and so the energy even worse. I was feeling muttar, I think muttar is the word used by Sarah Saveri, constrained, energy not flowing properly, muttar. So what do you do? I had, going then there to Sarah Saveri's The Taste of Hidden Things book. And so when you're muttar, what happens and what name of Allah to pray, how to pray. Sometimes God tests you, you feel constrained energy. So this really scary. Oh my God, and what if my mind gets hijacked and is by Satan telling me very beautiful, beautifying the soul, no, reincarnation to my soul and principle using, now he's using this, now he's using the relationship, the love, the feeling, the attachment. So I told myself, you don't get attached to people, just rely on Allah. Allah, no idol. And ego, you flush you flush it. So I took an intention, one Muharram, I'm going to flush all my ego. Any idol, or also the idols that are our desires and things, you don't even know they're hidden idols. Maybe sometimes you love your wife more than Allah. Allah coming, testing you. Maybe you love Imam Hussain for something. Allah coming, testing you. Yeah, like Allah's whatever test coming, sorry. Allah's test coming and testing you. Is that the way? So, can you live without your wife? Or what if, like Job, Allah taking everything away from me, making me rot, and no one able to take the, smell and the rotting, they won't be able to see my teeth, me deformed, ugly, like that. Will I still say, Labbaika Ya Hussein? Will I still say this? I've pondered over this, so I prayed to God that whatever the world may throw at me or this life, may I remain true to you. People hating me, not liking, like I look something, repulsing me. Why is it repulsing me? I have to think. Because what if I was in that? I've told God, what if I become repulsive to you? People, anyone. I have chicken pox or I have, leprosy, untouchable. So then, what will I do? Will I start to get angry at Al Bayt for not listening to my prayers? Or Allah, may I remain patient. For the sake of thy Lord, be patient. So I've done all this and still I'm here. And so for now, I'm sorry I cannot believe in this Quran or any Abrahamic religion. I'm looking for a different way and don't want to even see, I can't even, so I resist. I can see these, religious people also praying, then this, then what makes them, some of us, someone saying, these church people, hypocrites, someone saying, I saying, these people, hypocrites, some Shias, hypocrites, all this is there. So don't want to see this. I wanted to find, is there? Because is it me? Or a thought had to come a different way. It just came due to all these circumstances. And ayats not making sense to me. Contradictions. Maybe I missed some. Okay, maybe I missed, but how can I miss somewhere the wisdom? I missed the wisdom of God. I missed the wisdom of Rasulullah in Surah Ahzab, ayat 37. For now, please, I want to go, and please forgive me, or what? Yeah, I'm just saying this because I'm sick and tired of those, religious people using taqiyya, dissimulation. I'm sick and tired of you people. So I tried my best to be a good human being and find freedom for you all. Maybe share with you like Muji Baba is doing now, without any religion, without any agenda, without protecting what is secure for me, what I love. And I loved Imam Hussain, let's say, even more than missed this, or I honored his sacrifices. Because if it's true love, I say, then Zahra, you should. I left Mr. Shah. Thanks be to God. That night I prayed. It's now come on my religion. So, please God, if someone cut me into pieces, I would, blood would not come out. I was so like, oh my God, it's come on my religion. Imam Hussain gave us all in Karbala, and today I've given religion a bad name. Islam, she only said, her sister, eldest, passed away now, she only said, you are a Muslim, you can do this. Meaning all this trespassing I was doing there, going there, giving lectures, sermons of Jesus Christ. One sermon I give there. And reconcile for the sake of past consideration and all this. We were friends, family friends. I took you as all this going on. So the point is, cut short, that I did this for my religion, and I didn't go telling my friend, a childhood friend even. I didn't tell anyone. I was so guilty, feeling like. Then St. Joseph's College started, then God's grace came. Even though it came, I felt through Bibi Maryam, but she was not the Christian Maryam. She was the Muslim Maryam from my Quran. I didn't find much about Maryam that yes, she mother of God, but for us she's not the mother of God. God chose her for a miraculous. He can make miracles happen. He can drop a child from. No, maybe that is against the law of nature. But aren't all miracles against the law of nature? But Paulo Coelho corrected me this statement. Do miracles go against the law of nature? I was saying they do. They go against the law of nature, and therefore they are called miracles. Like, for instance, where Muhammad breaks the moon. And I don't even want to call this man by his name. I just, sorry, I want to even change my name. Thank God there are not very many people calling me out by my name every day, like my mother would. And thank God my brothers call me. One youngest brother calls me something else. Eldest sister, meaning. So, okay. I'm going now. Thank you so much.